afternoon, Minecrafters. This is Monday, October 20th, 2025, and we are live at Ironforge. I'm the Big Red 1967. Good day to you, everybody. Glad you all are here. We're going to try to keep working on that wall right above my head there and keep working it all the way back and put these platforms down that I'm standing on back that way and put the wall on the platform like that on that side, so that way there's like a channel going out that way. So if you played World of Warcraft, you understand what I'm trying to do. In World of Warcraft, there's a city called a dwarven city called Ironforge, and it's under a mountain like this place, and they have it's populated. It's a city, and on either end of the platforms are what they call wards. There's a military ward and a wizard ward or magic ward on either end of the platform. And I think there's a library. There's a large library in there too, or an archaeology section as well. And you can see how like it's like a tunnel going that way. But that was already here when I first came down here when I created this world. So I have to do all that stuff. I have masons over here, so that way when believe me, there's masons in there. So when I break these blocks, I can trade certain blocks with these guys. And oh, you don't have a bed, do you? Oh, I didn't know that, dude. That's not right. Hmm. Let me go get you a bed. I ain't giving him my bed. Let me put this stuff away, and I'll get him a bed. That's messed up. What happens is a lot of times is I'll come in here, I'll lay down a bed, and the game's set up that if you have a village, villagers and an extra bed, they'll create another villager, and that's probably what happened. I have a what do you call that? I always get that confused. What do you call that? My brain. I sound like that guy. Um, shepherds, like a shepherd's or an Asian shepherd building area, and since they have the knitting, how do we call that? The textile crafting table. Um, it's close to here, so I guess when they created a new villager, that baby villager picked up on the crafting table that was for the shepherd, and we created a shepherd down here. Long story short, if that was short, I don't know. Okay, I don't have wood. I do have a wood farm, so I can go over there to the wood farm. I know. See, I go off on a tangent. I'll never get this thing finished. I'm never going to get this thing finished. Here we go. So I hope everyone's having a good Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. I got my allergies at full height right now. I tell everybody, oh, I only have allergies spring and fall. It's almost like any time of the year that something's blooming, it affects me. But thank goodness for Claritin. It's a lifesaver. All right, I don't want to take the hard way down. I'm gonna have to make a tree. Let's see, I'll use this stuff. Yeah, I was noticing I was putting spruce in here, and oh, what is that? See, what might have happened was I have a problem when I try to take stuff out of my hotbar and swap it for where I'm trying to put it. It gets confused. It gets messed up. It doesn't go where it's supposed to go. his YouTube channel. Look up Super Smelter, and you'll see how to build this. It's 64 furnaces connected by hoppers and a minecart. Cool system because you can supply the furnaces with fuel, everything automatically. That's why this lava river is here, so that I have fuel for the furnaces. Where's the lava? There. So this whole thing is going to be nothing but lava farm. In other words, it's lava sitting over top of dripstone, going into a cauldron, and then the cauldron fills up with lava. Anytime you need fuel, you just grab a bucket. Unfortunately, there is no right at this point. There's no way to automatically get the lava from the cauldrons. You have to do it manually. But you know, gotta do some work in this realm, in this world. I should just take this bed, right? And welcome to what's his name? I gotta give him a name. Bonesy. Bones, like from Star Trek. Bones. Because this is a skeleton farm. Yeah, no bones. Alright, because I was using it last time I was here. Yeah. Alright, maybe I will take this bed. I always carry a bed with me anyway. Boy, he's doing his due diligence. He's putting stuff back, man. He is awesome. He put all those bows, bows in there. You're a good man, dude. Thanks, Bonesy. And the final lay's doing their job as well, their due diligence. Now I got a bunch of trees I'm stuck with. We're going to go over the day calendar, National Day Calendar real quick, which I normally do for each stream so everybody knows what kind of national day it is. And continue on where I left off. Let's give this fine fellow a bed. See if he might not take it, but let's see. Alright, dude. You want a bed? Here we go. Should not too close. There we go. Why won't you let me put that? Ugh. There you are, buddy. Where is he? There you go. Ah. See? Everybody's happy. Now I'm stuck with these saplings, ain't I? Yep. Okay. Alrighty. So, folks, welcome aboard. Again, I'm the Big Red 1967. I have a YouTube channel, too, so go over to the YouTube channel. All these live Twitch streams go over there. I've been streaming since June 7th, 2023. So I have over 600 videos that you can check out to see what works for you. So let's go over the National Day Calendar and check the audio out while I'm at it. Okay, it's kind of loud. Test 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Alright, so today is October 20th, 2025. If you're born today, happy birthday, and happy birthday, Libra. Let's see. You share your birthday with... Okay, that's not it. Oh, there we go. You share your birthday with Chauncey Goodrich, born this day 1759, son-in-law of Noah Webster, creator of the same dictionary with that name, and editor of the first printed version of that dictionary. James F. Hinkle, born this day 1864, banker, politician, and cattle farmer who made significant contributions to the cattle industry. Frederick Burton, born this day 1871, actor known for his role in The Big Trail and One Way Passage. Charles Ives, born this day 1874, composer who is considered the leading composer of art music of the 20th century. Interesting. Margaret Dumont, born this day 1882, silent film actress known for her roles in along with the Marx Brothers, like Groucho Marx. Marx Brothers were like, I don't know if they were around the same time as the Three Stooges or something like that, between the 1920s and 1930s. And they went all the way up until the 50s and 60s, I believe. And then Groucho went on to do his own game show. Yep. Carl Prost, born this day 1883, car engineer, best known for his design of the Bantam reconnaissance car, which was the World War II Jeep. Olive Thomas, born this day 1894. A lot of people today. Model and actress who won Most Beautiful Girl in City. Enola McMillan, born this day 1904, first female national president of the NAACP. Arlene Francis, born this day 1907, television personality on What's My Line, around the same time as the Groucho Marx game show. Man, there's a lot of people today. Wow. Okay, we'll just, the last one I'm going to give for today because I get going here. Mickey Mantle, born this day 1931, Major League Baseball player and sportscaster known as one of the sluggers of all time. All right, I'm going to leave it like that because there's a lot of people today. If you want to check out the whole list, go to the National Day Calendar. And happy birthday. So, also today is National Chicken and Waffles Day. Delicious. National Youth Confidence Day. National Clean Your Virtual Desktop Day. Interesting. National Brandied Fruit Day. So get out your fruit, your virtual desktops, your youth confidence, your chicken and waffles, and National Day on Writing. And happy birthday if you're born this day, October 20th, 2025. And there you go, folks. That's your National Day calendar. Wow. Too much coffee? I think I have. Okay, so let's check the audio one more time. Testing. Nice. All right, so here we go, folks. We're finally going to get some work done today. Let's get the game on. Game on. I think I'm going to put some wall down over there. I'll get some of these blocks. I'm going to put these saplings in there for now. Oh, I had wood right there. Son of a gun. Let's see. All right. How's my wings? Good. All right. Interesting. Yeah, but you know something? I want to really. It's going to take a lot of time to do that. Last week I tried adding some music to the stream, and I found out the hard way that you can't really do that without a PC. You need I guess, a sound card or whatever to go with the Twitch stream. So there is a way. I think I found this website that you can overlay. Somehow you can feed the Twitch stream through this website, and it'll overlay the music. So fuel for thought for the next time around. I'm kind of like cheating here because wait a minute, did I go too far back? I think I went too far back. Yeah, this has got to be like right here. Interesting. Okay, I think I went too far back with this. I tried to line it up with that walkway. That walkway's too. Well, I didn't add the stone brick edges to that. All right, let's try this again. So what I need to do is go right here like that, and then I know that's how far out I gotta go. I might as well get that stuff on here. How in the world do I just, Yeah. Uh-huh. If you're wondering why I'm just standing here, because I ran out of room already. stop that minecart from doing its thing. But you know, that's the only sound I'm getting down here, so I don't know. It's too quiet if I knock that minecart off. Do I have a switch for this thing? Alright, maybe not. It's the little things, my friend. I guess I really had too much coffee today. I don't know. It's just agitation. Agitation. Alright, let's get a move on. That minecart must be the one over at the dripstone thing, but it's it's far enough. It's far enough away. I'm not hearing it. If you're in a survival world, you really shouldn't leave pockets like that because if you're close to it and it's dark and it's tall enough for a mob to spawn in there, you're gonna, you never know what you could spawn inside there, like a creeper or anything else. So you always try to fill in any holes you can so that no mobs can spawn inside of it. But I'm feeling a little risque today, so let's just go with it. So I've been keeping up with the indoor climbing thing. It's been a lot of fun. I'm recovering faster now, which is a good thing. Getting a little bit more extra energy. I got a good size pot belly that I've been trying to get rid of for the past, I don't know, 30 years, 40 years, 35 years. And I think this is actually working towards that. So I've been really happy that I've been doing this stuff. And getting getting inspired to start doing my art stuff too. I know this is October. In October they have Inktober, and I've been really wanting to do a art stream of me doing the Inktober prompts. So I'll keep you posted. That might be coming soon. Been watching Aaron Blaze. You can check him out on YouTube. He's a former Disney animator, director. He streams every Friday on YouTube live. He has classes and stuff you can take, courses you can take that are very cheap, and I think a lot of them are like $1 course or something like that, which is really affordable. Yeah. Let me see what else I have here. Okay. Should take those. Something he doesn't have. Well, the other guy doesn't have. I was gonna say he doesn't have a workstation, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm trying to get this. I can't. I'm one guy. I'm only one man. What I need, like these half slabs. Should turn this stuff. Wow, I have more of those half slabs. Let me see if I can turn these into stone bricks. Now, it's funny you can't use your recipe book to turn them into slabs, but you have to use the crafting table. All right. So what I should have done last week was put an edge on this wall, and I didn't. And I'm going to do that right now. go behind here? I have no idea. I'm just going as fast as humanly possible. That's all I'm doing. Is it? Hmm. Yep, in that YouTube channel that I have the section. If you look on the channel, there's tabs, and it shows like playlists, videos, and I think it has posts. And if you look under posts, you'll notice I'll have a Discord link and a world download link. Let me know if those links work, and that way you can download this world and try it out, and hopefully play along on your own computer or console, and take what I've done and go further, do other things with it. And I'm interested to see what you guys come up with. So send me or share with me if you decide to build along, like the different builds you've done using my world that you can download. And let me know in the comments. Always let me know in the comments of these videos that I post on YouTube what you think and what would you like to see and stuff like that. Don't hesitate. Don't be shy. Let me know your thoughts. And hopefully this will take care of a lot of that. Then I get back to that upper section up there. This section right there I gotta knock out. I gotta make it as high as that. Wait a minute. There you go. Shouldn't have did that. I was gonna put the other block down before. Let's see. All right. Let me get rid of this stuff and tight spot, tight space. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get some music overlay so it's not so boring just hearing me break blocks, but gotta do what I gotta do. But it's shaping up. I've always wanted to come back here and finish what I started when I first built this place. And I think I started this in 2023, and it's been that long since I decided to do this. I am so sorry about this microphone. I'm trying to figure out a good way of getting this so I can talk. I don't know if this headset is set for maybe someone's. I don't know. Maybe it's for a younger person or something. But this microphone does not stay where it's supposed. It's supposed to be in front of my mouth, and it's like at the very side of my mouth. There's no way you guys are hearing anything I'm saying. The reason why I got this whole setup was that my other headset had cracked, and my controller was going bad anyway. And I was at Walmart, and they had this whole combination of headset and controller. I'll tell you the name of it. It's called PDP. Uh, Paul David Paul PDP Spirit Red bundle pack. So it comes with a headset and controller. The controller's really good. It's not very because like a lot of controllers, The joysticks for Xbox, the joysticks and the paddles usually, you know, wear out really fast. This thing's pretty solid, so I've been happy with this. I have yet to try it on the Microsoft's Flight Simulator, but if it's this solid, I think it's going to work out really well. That's why I'm excited to actually try it. Let's get this going. Let me see what time it is. It is 2 o'clock. I'll be here till about 3, and then I gotta go. I gotta all weekend. I should have been working this weekend. I haven't, and I gotta get out there and make some money. I gotta make money. All right, I gotta knock all this stuff out. Do I have room? I got room. Okay. So I'll try to talk so this way it's not too boring, but I'm not promising anything because once I get like I don't know transfixed, it, then I go like it's hard for me to. It's like patting your head and rubbing your belly at the same time, you know. But I'll try. I'll try so it doesn't. This isn't too boring for you guys. I was telling the guys at the climbing thing, indoor climbing. I love doing it, but you know, I like doing the fun stuff. I don't like doing the mundane stuff to get you to where you're a better climber or a better gamer or whatever, you know, or a better artist. There's stuff that you got to do, the fundamentals. And once you get good at the fundamentals, everything else will be easier for you. But I don't like I get bored too fast, and I got to learn to go with the flow. It's the journey, not the destination. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on this level until this is all cleared out and then go down another level so I don't have to use too much scaffolding. The reason why I'm using a lot of pickaxe to knock the stone out is I want to turn it into smooth stone. And it's in the game. It's a process if you want to get smooth stone. Uh, let's say you have cobblestone. You're going to have to smelt cobblestone till it turns into stone, and then smelt this regular stone so that you get smooth stone. So it's almost like baking twice, you know. So if you can just knock out the first step of the first smelt, which is just by simply getting stone instead of cobblestone, then you're making it work a little easier. So with gravel, if you break the block that's holding supporting the rest of the gravel with the torch, then the rest of the gravel will fall down and break. So you can save your tools, but just using a torch to break gravel. Same thing applies to sand. Also, if you're mining, if you're just digging in a cave or whatever, and it's new and you haven't been there before, throw torches down. That way, if you dig upwards, and if it's gravel, you won't get smothered. But it doesn't help with lava. If there's lava above it, then you're pretty much toast. Unless you're holding, like I always carry fire resistance with me. You know that saves your butt. Or I'm holding in my left hand Totem of Undying. Always, that's the staples of the game. So that way, if you've been following along, I've been doing Hardcore Fridays, which is my hardcore world. Um, I'm up to world 15, and or no, yeah, I'm up to 15. I think yeah, I'm up to world 15. I think. Wait a minute, let me just double check. Hold on. My brain. It's Monday. I think it's 15. Just check something here. Death of World 13. Yeah, it's World 15. So what happened was, um, on World 14, I just started setting up the platform for the iron farm, and there was a I should take this stuff over to this other thing and just leave the stone. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to sort here. Is that gravel there? Take that gravel out of there. And so for whatever, I think there was coal or something, and I went to grab coal, and it was in a pocket of water where there was drowned, and it was like one drowned, and I thought I had enough time, and the drowned, I was running out of air, and I was trying to get out of the where I entered that spot, and he blocked my path, and I drowned. The drown caused me to drown, and that ended World 14. So 15, I started, and but believe it or not, I already got the iron farm started, and my point of bringing that story up is, when you play hardcore, you can't take any chances, like I was telling you about the totem of undying and fire resistance. Don't take any chances. This type of world that I'm playing in right now, I'm playing in peaceful mode. But if you play um, in survival, or hard survival, so hard survival, um, you'll respawn. But if you don't put a bed down, you're going to end up back here where you first spawned in the world, which is like here, world spawn. And if you don't want to keep coming back here all the time, you have to take precautions. Like, so I carry Totem of Undying with me at all times, fire resistance, things that will save you heartache in the future. Precautions. Speaking of precautions, I was playing Warzone over the weekend, and I really need to learn how to handle one-on-one situations between players, because I play battle royale, and I play casual battle royale, because the normal battle royale, it takes a little bit, maybe a minute or two for it to load in, and the casual, it's faster. You can load in within about a minute after finishing one match. You can start up another match within a minute or so. Where normal battle royale, it takes a couple of minutes before you can load in. But in any case, when you play casual, you have to deal with bots. But how I play battle royale is I go for the specialist perk. That way, you get all the perks at once under the specialist perk. And I usually fly around with a helicopter and stuff, and then I try to gather as much money as I can, so that towards the end game, because I don't know if you ever played Warzone before, but you're basically playing inside of a uh, nuclear radiation zone, and the radiation cloud is shrinking onto you, and you have to exfil before the cloud reaches you. And so I spend most of the game trying to get all the money I can, because there's contracts with these not just contracts. There's what's called buy stations, and at buy stations you can buy things such as like a UAV, which is a drone that detects enemies near you, and mortar attacks, air attacks, all this stuff. You can buy that from the buy stations. So I try to earn up enough money from doing contracts until you get to the end game, which is a little tiny piece of land that's left from the encircling gas. So that way you can detect if there's any enemies near you, where they're located, because you usually come down to 2 or 3 players for the end game, compared to 175 when you start the game, which is, the game usually lasts for about a half hour. or the gas before the gas closes in on you. It takes about 30 minutes, I think. Um, so that's the way I usually play. I don't usually play like most players where they'll come in and just start in an area, work toward the center. So I usually stay out on the fringe until, and then when I'm ready, then I work my way to the center. Or I just go directly to the center. But because of that, I'm not really good at handling one-on-one situations. And the way you play uh, Call of Duty Warzone, um, because of the game mechanics, um, you can. I mean, it's called omni movement, so you can really move your character around pretty well. But there's certain limitations. So the way to work with the limitations is to break your opponent's camera view. So instead of normally targeting, you take your aim and fire and all that stuff. Instead of doing that, what you're trying to do is you want to get the first fire in, the first shots in before your opponent. And the way you can do that is by simply breaking, like run so they can't see you, like run behind them, because the camera, they can only see, just like right now. I can't see my peripheral vision. I can't see to the left of me. I can't see to the right of me. I can't see above me, and I can't see below me. I can only see direct wherever my crosshairs is pointing. That's when I can see. So if your opponent runs straight at you, to the side of you, or behind you, or top of you, you can't fire because you can't see them. And that's the whole. That's the, we call that the bread and butter of Call of Duty, is to not be in your opponent's view. You're trying to cheat them of that view so that you have the advantage and not them. They have audio cues, so you can tell where your opponent is if they're running really fast. You hear the footsteps, so you try to listen for that. When they jump, they hit the ground. You try to listen for that. Vehicles, different audio cues, like when they throw stuff, you hear bangs, the gunfire. That's why I love the game, because it's a thinking game. You're using logic. It's almost like playing chess. And in a way, that's why I like the climbing thing, indoor climbing, because you got to figure out which foothold to grab hold of to get your way up to the top or wherever you're going. And at the same time, when you're using your arms and you're hanging or you're pushing, it's called lactic acid. It's inside of your muscles, and that is created. I never really knew the. Let me look that up real quick. What's the purpose of lactic acid in your muscles? Lactic acid's primary purpose is to serve as a quick energy source during intense activity when oxygen is limited. It's a byproduct of glycolysis, the process of breaking down glucose for energy, and helps power cells by providing an alternative fuel pathway. Additionally, it acts as a signaling molecule that promotes muscle repair and adaptation. But the problem is, though, when you build up that acid, it starts to get pain. Like, you start losing energy. You burn too fast. It burns. You lose your strength really fast, and you start feeling pain from the buildup of that acid. And what you want to do when you're, I guess, it's basically mountain climbing, is if you ever watch them, a professional mountain climber or a free climber, they'll wedge themselves in, giving their muscles a chance to relax and to allow the buildup of that lactic acid to dissipate, so it's not as painful and you get refreshed. And that's the whole. That's why I find it fascinating, because it's a combination of thinking, using logic, using your body, and and having the will to keep doing it. Um, I think it's a really interesting sport. It's a dangerous sport if you don't pay attention and respect it. It's very dangerous, but or it could be, but it's at the same time it's a lot of fun. It's very interesting. It's fascinating. I always use the analogy. Hold on. I always use the analogy, and it's kind of silly to do that, but I saw the Tom Cruise movie Mission Impossible 2, and in the beginning of the film, the introduction, you see him climbing the side of a mesa, and that's pretty much, I mean, that's the spirit of the climbing thing. It's just you, and there's no ropes or anything. It's just you and the mountain, and you got to figure out how to climb it at the moment. That's why I like Warzone because you drop in and you have to. There's no like I have a big. Oh, this is interesting. What's this? Oh, this is the mud farm. Oh, oh, how cool! Nice. So we're entering the mud farm. It's like right there on the other side of that wall. Now I'm gonna have to figure out how to integrate the mud farm with this walkway. I might have to move the mud farm. Interesting. But yeah, that's why I really enjoy the sport. And Warzone, because Warzone, you jump into the spot, and then you got to you got to pick a pathway and go with it. Make a plan as you go, which I find, to me, I find refreshing because I'm always pre-planning. I'm always planning stuff out, and with that type of game, you don't have a lot of time. You got to make decisions like right now. Like, what are you gonna do right now? What do you have to do right now? What do you have to accomplish right now? And to me, because that's I don't normally do that all the time. To me, that's refreshing. I really enjoy that. It's in a way, in my mind, it's like very liberating. It's freeing, which is nice. So it gives you another tool in your toolbox for normal day living and thinking that you don't normally exercise. And then you can use like in the future, like if you ever come across a situation in real life where you have to depend on your wits, uh, you'll be ready for it. I'm not saying a life or death situation, hopefully not, God forbid, but if you get used to thinking on your feet, that's a good thing to have in your wheelhouse, so to speak. I tried. I used to ski. I used to, not crazy skiing. Like what I mean by that is like cross country. Well, cross country is not dangerous, but there's a type of skiing where I guess they call it like black diamond or whatever. You go into an area that is really not set up for regular skiers, and it's very you got to be a real good skier and handle certain situations as you're going down the slope, how to navigate it, and that employs the same type of thinking too. But even normal skiing, because the slope always changes due to the weather, so you have to always navigate. Things change. It kind of stays the same, but it does change to a certain degree. And when I was real younger, I tried to make an attempt at skateboarding and never kept up with it. And I'm starting to consider. I'm 58, but I'm starting to consider doing it, man. Maybe it's a midlife crisis thing. I'm actually kind of past that, but um, I'll have to definitely buy a helmet and pads and all that stuff because I know I'm not to coordinate it, and I'm at the age where things break really easy. I don't need to break a hip, so um, but it looks like a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of who the guy is watching. There's a guy on YouTube that I find very. He's a real good teacher. He's a professional skateboarder. I think he's in his 40s, and he was real well known in the 80s. And I gotta look up his name so this way you guys can check him out too. Um, Real cool guy. Let me see if I can find. He's on my YouTube list. Sure, let me see. I just found him a couple weeks ago because this mountain climbing thing is making me think of other avenues to check out. Let me see here. Hmm. He's one of my newer channels I subscribe to. So he should be in the front of my list here, but maybe he isn't. Okay. Let me just punch in skateboarding and see if he pops up. I haven't watched his videos in a while, so I don't think it's going to be further down on my history list. Um, hmm. Dude, I subscribed to his channel. Why isn't his stuff popping up? Maybe he hasn't posted in a while. Oh, here he is. Braille skateboarding. Braille. Braille skateboarding. He's a he's a very lively character. Very interesting. Very interesting. He's got his own merchandise, his own brand of skateboarding and stuff. Definitely check out his channel. It's really interesting. Okay, losing my train of thought and everything else. Let's go. That was interesting. So we're already into the mud farm already, which is pretty cool. I like to, like I said, populate this thing with villagers. So this is going to get much noisier in the near future with a lot more activity going on here, which will be very interesting. Oh, and speaking of World of Warcraft, so Hallows End, Hallow apostrophe S, Hallows End has begun. So that goes on from October 18th to November, I think November 1st. Let me see. What are the dates for WoW Hallows End? Uh, yeah, October 18th to November 1st. So you might be seeing me on World of Warcraft if you go in. I play on Staghelm server, and my character is Shanteba. Shanteba. I'm a night elf, and because of all the TV subscriptions and Xbox, you know, this stuff here to play online and all that, I can't afford to play World of Warcraft like I used to. And but for the holidays, I make an exception. So you'll be seeing me online if you play during Hallow's End, the season of Hallow's End. It's a lot of fun, man. Halloween, I love Halloween, and WoW does it up right. It's a lot of fun. I always love the music in the background they play. And the same thing with Minecraft. I don't want to take away from Minecraft. Minecraft, you can do modded Minecraft or add-ons where you can basically um, have music playing in the background if that's what you want. I'm just playing vanilla Minecraft right now, and that's why you don't hear any. I mean, I could add a jukebox around here and stuff, but you have to go as it goes. Or even the servers and stuff have different setups and all. And you can set up your server, your Minecraft server, any way you want um, as well. Now, now I got a gaping hole. Maybe the stuff I pull out of here, I'll fill that in. Yeah, like I said, as you play this game, as you play Minecraft, you'll realize there's certain things that you have to adopt or use as a rule of thumb when you're playing. Like I said, carry fire resistance potion, totem of undying, fill in all holes, or if you can't fill in the holes, throw in a torch. Stuff like that you'll keep in the back of your head, because if you're playing hardcore or hard survival, if you don't want to keep respawning all the time or creating another world, you have to use those that mode of thinking. I really should make walkway into that storage area, but nah, I don't want to make this too complicated. Then I got to figure how to fix it later. This wall's got to go back, but I'm going to make that into like this wall here is going to be another. This whole both walls on either side of this pathway are going to be living quarters, shops, stores, all kinds of things, blacksmith shops. So I don't want to tear out the stone yet because I could use it for building later. And I'm playing in peaceful mode. That's why I'm not worried about grabbing any sleep or anything. My villagers are safe. I'm playing peaceful mode. I will go back to playing normal survival, but I can't get nothing done build-wise if I'm worried about a mob popping up behind me at all times. So I could play in creative where I don't have to worry about um, getting materials, but I like the aspect of survival, but I don't have time to play the full aspect of survival. I like gathering stuff. It's like I said, it's the idea of you're figuring things out on the fly, going with it. Oh, and getting back to that indoor climbing thing, so it's not just hanging, like pulling yourself up. It's also if you can think of like squeezing, because the different. If you ever look at it on YouTube, you see a climbing wall. They have these pegs, and some of the pegs you can. It's like cups where you can put your fingers on top of it and grip. But a lot of them is just all it is like a ball almost, and there's no way of really grabbing it. And the idea is that I'm learning is you got to squeeze, like push into it, push your hand against it, and squeeze yourself between, or wedge yourself between a couple of those. So you got to think like a crab or a spider going up, like Spider-Man going up a side of a wall. It's really cool. And that helps because if you hang too much, you're going to build up that lactic acid a lot faster, and that's when it gets painful, and then you lose your strength, and that's when you fall. You don't want that. You don't want to fall. You want to have enough strength to go up and enough strength to bring yourself back down gradually. You don't want to. A lot of times, I mean, if you're fit and you can handle falling all the time, yeah, you can start building. You can build up your strength faster. That's a way of building strength, and I guess you can look at it as how fast you want to level up. But at the same time, at what expense are you willing to pay to level up that fast? But there's other ways, like when you're climbing, it's called like, there's different terminology that I'm learning. One's called static holds, the other one's called dynamic. And the dynamic holds is where it's like a ledge where you can actually jump from one ledge to another. And I'm 6'4". You would think that I could dunk a basketball. Yeah, yeah. I never, like I said, I don't have the patience. I should have the patience of practice and building up strength. And yep, don't have the we call that the perseverance or the tenacity. I'm always like observing, like, am I going to, is it worth for me to invest the time? That's how I'm always looking at things. Is it worth it? Is it worth investing my time? If it's not, then I move on, man. Just move on. We only have so much time on this planet. But at the same time, too, that saying is true. Um, it's the journey, not the destination. Just enjoy the process. But that's how I enjoy things is getting gratification, some sort of gratification out of it. You know, that's for me. That's me personally. That's not. Everybody has their own way of doing things. I should try to conserve. Ooh, we are now in the mudroom. Oh, I can hear the jukebox. We're close enough to the surface. I can hear the tavern's jukebox from here, which is really cool. That's really cool. I think I have to stand over here. Oh no, I was up a level. That's why. Here, you can hear it. I got to make a jukebox down here, so that's what I could do. I could actually make a jukebox, make it. But the thing of it is, even with the jukebox, there's only so many songs, and they keep repeating over and over and over. There's only so many Minecraft music discs, and after a while, you start, you know, they start repeating. It's nice to hear it though when it's quiet all the time. Oh, speaking of music, there's a really cool animated movie from 1993 called The Halloween Tree. It's based on a Ray Bradbury novel. If you get a chance to check it out, I highly, highly recommend it. But the composer that did that also did Hocus Pocus. I never knew that. I think his name is John Debney, Debney, and since I used to, well, I'm a musician, but haven't done it in a while. But I'm always fascinated with music composers, and I thought that was really cool because I love Hocus Pocus and the Halloween Tree, and found out this is the same composer. So cool. And he's done other uh, movies and shows that I've seen that I like as well. So it's fascinating. It's like full circle, you know, kind of cool. Yep, I'm gonna have to figure out how to incorporate all of this together. Interesting, huh? That's the thing. That's the other thing I was mentioning about Minecraft that I always find really fascinating is that you'll do an area for a while, you'll leave it, and either just like we're coming across this mud farm right now, and you'll just out of the blue come across something that you've done a long time ago and totally forgot about or whatever, and it's just that's how the game keeps fresh for me is that you can never. I mean, for me, I can never get bored with this game because stuff like that happens, which is really cool. I'll take this wall all the way back and then um, work it to the bottom. See what time it is. Okay. Yeah, I've got about 20 minutes left. If you like for me to be on longer, just let me know in the comments of these videos. Just say, hey, it'd be cool to see you on longer or whatever. But like I said, I need to do Uber because I got to pay my bills. So if you want me to be on longer and stuff, just let people know that I stream. The more followers I get, I'll start getting paid from YouTube. Then I can do this more than Uber. I would love to do my art thing more than Uber too, but I'm learning how to try to delegate my time. There's a great YouTube channel called by a uh, creator called Ali, Ali Abdallah, Abdal, and he's a productivity manager, how to schedule your time, how to plan your day, plan out projects, all that good stuff, and highly recommend his channel. He's very inspiring. Um, Things that you don't think about, he's already brought that. He originally was a medical student. He actually became a doctor, and because of COVID, he couldn't go to where he was supposed to go to do his job. And during the time he was not working, he continued with the productivity videos on YouTube. Now he does that full time instead of medicine, and he's really good at it. He's got a couple books out too, so I highly recommend his channel. I think Tiago Forte was one of his. Tiago is known for a book called The Second Brain, and it's all about note taking and all. And he studied under Ali Abdaal's channel to learn how to be a creator for YouTube. So Ali Abdaal's been on for a while. He's been doing a lot of good stuff. So definitely check him out. I'm gonna try to knock this out as fast as possible so I have a good stopping point. We'll be back on Wednesday for this world, and then Friday is my hardcore stream. Yeah, the reason why I really don't do the art stream, I'm having problems with that, is that I need a PC. I really need a PC. I have a laptop, and that does not handle the video imaging very well. It's not powerful enough for it, and I can't. It does not handle the OBS and my art software at the same time. Even if I was like, or even the camera, like if I had the camera and I was doing traditional art, it can't handle anything. Like it can't handle more than one imaging program at a time. It overloads the processor, and everything slows down to where it slows down and then it just stops. Everything freezes. So I need a better PC in order to stream OBS. I could do Minecraft. I could do the art stream. I could do a lot of things, editing, all kinds of stuff. But that's my nemesis for right now. And I'm so behind on my bills. I can't afford to go. Even if I wanted to build my own PC, I can't even afford that right now. I'm so behind on my bills. So little by little, it's the journey. It's the process. Oh, and check out Neebs Gaming. Neebs has been really cracking out the the Minecraft. I was gonna say cracking out the crack. No, cracking out the Minecraft videos. So check out Neebs Gaming. They're hilarious. Really a bunch of funny bunch of guys that a group that streams together. It's hilarious. Their editor is amazing. They got a really good editor because all they really do is just like what I'm doing, and then it's the magic of the editor. Their editor that I have to find the name of their editor, and that guy does all the magic. He puts it all together, so it's really an interest. It makes the stream interesting to watch versus like this. Versus watching like a guy like me pounding out block by block by block. I was really tempted. I was really feeling going back to my original world that I when I first started playing Minecraft in 2019. When I first just got into Minecraft, I started that world. That world I still have that world, and I created my version of Disney World in it. And I was tempted over the weekend to go back to that, but Algae's had a different plan for me over the weekend, so that didn't happen. The other thing too, I've been getting into that's new for me with the art thing is it's called zines, Zines, and that's such a cool little concept that you make like a mini magazine. That's why they call it a zine. And check it out on YouTube. How to make your own zine. It's almost like origami, where you take a piece of paper, you fold it in fourths, or eighths, and you make a little magazine by folding the one piece of paper, a single piece of paper. You fold it enough where you have a little booklet, and each little fold is a scene that you draw into or write a book. And if you're not an artist or if you don't like the idea of drawing, you can just make like a collage, take out clippings and make a collage or whatever. Very creative. I would highly recommend. There's different tutorials on how to make your own zine if you don't draw, and it still gets the creative mind working. You know, and you can sell those. You can actually make a living off of selling your zines. So I've been trying to get into that. It's funny because most times when I draw, I'm not drawing backgrounds per se. I'm drawing like a character or like one object. And with this zine, there's a I can't remember. I think the girl's name is Kel, Kel. I forget what her last name is. She does zines, and she was teaching um, like as a zine practice to do it within an hour. And how you would do that is basically using the photos from your phone and turning the photos into a zine. Take a one-page zine, a one-booklet zine, and use the photos from your phone to make the zine within an hour. So she says you can check out the video on YouTube. It shows the whole process. She put a timer up, and you can simply come up with the idea, grab the photos, make the zine, print it out, everything within an hour. She shows the process and a timer. So it is possible, and it's like a good exercise, a good practice to get yourself into. I don't think, guys, I'm going to have enough time to go all the way down. I might. I got 10 more minutes. That's the other thing. I used to take live drawing classes at my local gallery, and they do timers. See, that's what I'm saying about the thinking on your feet type of thing. It does it by drawing with a timer. You don't have time to overthink things. You gotta force yourself to think right on the spot, like right then and there. And I used to love that. I did notice though, because I'm not used to. It's called gesture drawing. So what you're basically doing when you're drawing a person is you're drawing stick figures. So that way, um, you can go back and draw over top of the stick figure. But I never, when I first started doing live drawing classes, I didn't know that. And you can't focus in on the details when you're on a timer. You got to. The method is you go from the outside in. You draw the big shapes first, and you work your way down to the little shapes, to the minute shapes, the detail. So because I didn't know that, a lot of my drawings were distorted because I'm focusing on one spot and not the entire anatomy. It was pretty silly. So the teachers would always say, like, get back into the fundamentals, start practicing your volumes, your shapes, perspective, and if that's what you want to do, you'll get better at it because that's what you have to practice. See, it's taking shape. You can actually see the scale of this kingdom I'm trying to build here in the city of Ironforge. Here's the ceiling right here. It's going to work its way all the way out that way. There'll be I think out that way is going to be the military ward's going to be out this way, and then out that way will be the wizard's ward, and then archaeology will be in the back somehow. And then there's going to be a bank area for auction and banking, all that good stuff, trading, storage area, giant storage area. Technically, I have the library. It's above here, but We'll see. I want to make a map room, so map room for this world in that library. See how fast, you know. What I was doing when I first was making this world, well, this city. Um, that's why these tracks, the minecart rail, is going out over here. I'll show you. Instead of me having to come back and physically put it in a hopper, I had this minecart, and then I would throw stuff in a hopper or not, or a chest on the other side. So as I was mining out an area, I threw the stuff in that chest. The minecart would pick it up and deposit it over here. I could do that again. I could set that up over here somehow, but not today. Not today. There's other ways of speeding this up. You could use TNT. Is this as far? Yeah, I think this is as far as I'm going to go. I'll leave that there for now. See if I can dig out this section here if I can. Let's see what time it is. Got about 8 minutes. Hey, welcome, whoever's here. Welcome aboard. I'm the Big Red 1967. I stream here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, live on Twitch, usually from 1 till 3 Eastern Time. And all my videos go up on my YouTube channel, the same name. And I've been streaming since June 2023, so I have over 600 videos on my YouTube channel. Usually they're under playlists, but if you just look under videos, it goes all the way back to 2020. I have over 600. So there's also a post section that I have, and there's a link for this world to download, and a Discord link. So if you want to join my Discord. And let me know in the comments of this video when I put it up on YouTube what you think, and what would you like to see in the future, all that good stuff. I always hate running on a clock, you know. I really despise that. Let's see what time it is. As I said, at 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. What I'm trying to do is basically knock all this stuff out, so I have a huge tunnel that I can fill in with a walkway, and then the cities on the side, or the buildings on the side of the walkway. That's my main goal for this. This is my October project. Once we get out of October, I think November, because it's Thanksgiving here. I'm from the United States. I might get into building a Fletcher buildings here at World Spawn. This is World Spawn. This is where I first came into the world. Is this area here, and might do that for November. December, I have a city that I started based on the movie Polar Express. So that's going to be the December project. I'm trying to stick with the like a monthly project thing that way, or a monthly theme. That way, it's not like haphazard, and you know what to expect when you come here. Before it was kind of haphazard. Go, come up with an idea and just go with it. But now I think I'm sticking with like a monthly project. That way, it's easier to follow along. And if you don't know what Ironforge is, it's from World of Warcraft. So go on YouTube, look up Ironforge on YouTube, and see what it looks like. See what you think. See if I'm getting close to that idea. And right now, again, is Hallow's End, which is the Halloween celebration on World of Warcraft. So go check that out. That's from October 18th until November 1st. That's a lot of fun. A lot of Halloween decorations, games, music, all kinds of good stuff. Collectibles. There's a lot of things you can collect for the event if you're into World of Warcraft. Cosmetic stuff, armor, mounts, all kinds of good stuff. Next year, I don't know if you're a World of Warcraft fan, but they're going to have housing, so you can actually have your own house in a neighborhood in the game. That was always an issue with the game, that people would love to, like when you leave the world or enter the world, to be in a neighborhood that you can see, you can meet up with other players before you go out into the world exploring. So it's more of a community thing, and they're Blizzard, the creators of World of Warcraft, is finally doing it. They're bringing in player housing. It's going to be really cool. You can check that out as well on YouTube. There's different content creators on YouTube that's showing that right now. Okay, I'm going to use this pick because my silk pickaxe is on its way out. All right, it's kind of finished. Well, as far as I wanted to get done today, I need to knock this all the way down to that pathway, but it is what it is. See if I can find you guys a raid. We'll be back here Wednesday for this world, and Friday is my hardcore world. So let me see if I go up here. I can show you what I'm trying to accomplish. I got to knock out that floor there, these walls, so this pathway will keep going back out that way. And because that mud farm's there, I thought it was higher up. I'm gonna have to figure out I'm gonna have to move it. It can't be over here because this ceiling. It's got to go all the way over, out that way. And you got these pillars, these giant pillars. That was always the cool thing I loved with Ironforge, with these huge ornate pillars and arches, and then you had that river of lava. I always thought that was so cool. And usually you can fly into it from the outside, and you can fly into these tunnels, and you enter the city through these tunnels by flying into it, which is so cool. So I'm hoping to get there one of these days. You'll be able to start seeing my vision. It's getting close. This is pretty darn close. I'll stand over here so you can see the background. See, can you get a good view of it? Kinda. The archway is actually better. You can see it better over there. You can see where I'm trying to go for, like that. But, yep. Let me turn around here and find you guys a raid. Anytime I'm ready to go do a raid, my laptop has its own idea. I might not do. I don't have time to sit and wait for this thing to warm up. I'll give it a shot. I will give it a shot. Take about a minute. We'll see if it cooperates. Cool. All right. Let's see here. Bada bing, bada boom. Gotta refresh the screen. Okay. Almost there, guys. I promise we're almost there. Almost there. Okay. So, we have online today my Tio, Crafty or Crivdy, Clickwell, Rico Live, Bearded Dad, Zach the Dragon, TTV Adam, Plop something, Ploplod, Sheggles, Noshi. Let's do. Yeah, let's go try my Tio. Let's give it a shot. He was the first one up there. Looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, all right, we'll give this a shot. Okay, we'll be in Tio's room in a few seconds. You guys have a great Monday. We'll be back here Wednesday. Check out my YouTube channel, The Big Red 1967, and let me know in the comments what you think. Have a great Monday, guys. Thanks for being here.